What if the feeling of not being enough is not a flaw, but the starting point of growth? What if your struggles, insecurities, and doubts are not signs of weakness, but signals pointing toward your potential? Alfred Adler offers a deeply humane and encouraging view of the human psyche. Unlike theories that focus on pathology, trauma, or unconscious conflict, Adler's psychology begins with dignity. He believed that every human being strives to grow, to belong, and to find meaning. In this video, you will discover how understanding your inner motivations can transform self-doubt into direction, isolation into connection, and effort into a calm and purposeful journey toward an easy and meaningful life. Alfred Adler was born in Vienna in 1870 into a modest family and a body marked by physical weakness. As a child, he suffered from serious illnesses and felt inferior compared to stronger, healthier peers. These early experiences profoundly shaped his thinking. Adler did not see inferiority as something to eliminate, but as something universal. He believed that all human beings begin life feeling small, dependent, and vulnerable. The question is not whether we experience inferiority, but how we respond to it. From this insight, Adler developed one of the most empowering ideas in psychology, the striving for superiority. For Adler, the striving for superiority does not mean domination, ego, or narcissism. It means the natural human drive to overcome limitations and move toward competence, wholeness, and contribution. When this striving is healthy, it expresses itself as growth, creativity, and social interest. When it becomes distorted, it can appear as arrogance, withdrawal, or chronic self-criticism. Understanding this distinction is key to personal development. Adler reminds us that beneath many problematic behaviors lies a sincere attempt to feel capable and significant. One of Adler's most important contributions is the idea that humans are goal-oriented. We are not driven only by past causes, but guided by future aims, often unconscious ones. Even our symptoms, habits, and emotional patterns can be understood as purposeful, not random. This does not mean they are helpful, but that they serve a perceived function. When you feel anxious, withdrawn, or overly driven, Adler would ask, what goal is this behavior trying to achieve? Often the answer involves protection, belonging, or avoiding failure. Central to Adler's psychology is the concept of lifestyle. Lifestyle is not about consumption or image. It is the unique pattern of beliefs, strategies, and attitudes through which a person navigates life. This lifestyle is formed early, often before conscious memory, as a creative response to feelings of inferiority and the need to belong. Once formed, it tends to repeat itself automatically until it is made conscious. Personal growth, in Adler's view, begins with awareness of one's lifestyle patterns. Adler placed enormous importance on social interest, which he considered the hallmark of mental health. Social interest is the feeling of belonging to humanity and caring about the well-being of others. It is not self-sacrifice or people-pleasing. It is a sense of connection that allows the individual to feel meaningful without comparison or competition. Adler believed that many psychological struggles arise when people feel isolated, disconnected, or in competition with life itself. Unlike approaches that focus heavily on inner conflict, Adler emphasized courage. Courage, for him, was not the absence of fear, but the willingness to participate in life despite fear. Many people avoid challenges not because they are incapable, but because they are afraid of not being perfect. Adler gently exposes this trap. When perfection becomes the condition for action, life shrinks. Growth requires the courage to be imperfect and still move forward. A key Adlerian idea that resonates strongly with modern self-improvement is the rejection of victimhood. Adler did not deny suffering or injustice, but he believed that interpreting oneself primarily as a victim robs a person of agency. He encouraged individuals to focus on what they can influence, their attitudes, choices, and contributions. This shift alone can dramatically reduce inner tension. Responsibility, in Adler's sense, is not blame, it is empowerment. Adler also introduced a revolutionary idea about self-esteem. He believed that self-worth does not come from comparison, achievement, or approval. It comes from contribution. When people feel useful, connected, and needed, their sense of value stabilizes naturally. This is why Adler discouraged excessive competition and ranking. Comparison, he argued, fuels inferiority and superiority complexes alike. An easy life emerges when worth is no longer measured against others. In everyday life, Adler's ideas invite a profound reorientation. Instead of asking, "How can I prove myself?" ask, "How can I contribute?" Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" ask, "What am I trying to achieve?" These questions replace self-criticism with curiosity. They turn inner struggle into insight. Over time, this approach softens harsh self-judgment and builds quiet confidence. Adler was particularly insightful about relationships. He believed that many conflicts arise not from incompatibility, but from power struggles. When people feel inferior, they often seek control. When they fear insignificance, they may withdraw. Adler encourages mutual respect and equality as foundations of healthy relationships. True connection does not require dominance or submission. It requires cooperation. One of Adler's most liberating ideas is the separation of tasks. He taught that many anxieties come from trying to manage what belongs to others, their opinions, reactions, or choices. When you clearly distinguish your responsibilities from those of others, emotional freedom increases. You focus on your actions, values, and effort, and release what is not yours to control. This principle alone can greatly simplify life. Adler's vision of growth is calm, practical, and deeply compassionate. He did not believe people need to be fixed. He believed they need to be encouraged. Encouragement in Adlerian psychology means helping someone recognize their capacity to grow and belong. It is the opposite of pressure. Growth flourishes in an atmosphere of acceptance, not fear. Applied to modern life, Adler's philosophy offers a powerful antidote to anxiety-driven self-improvement. You do not need to outperform others to be worthy. You do not need to eliminate all insecurity to move forward. You need direction, courage, and connection. When these are present, progress feels lighter and more natural. As this reflection comes to a close, take a moment to look at your own life through Adler's lens. Where do you feel inferior, and how might that feeling be pointing toward growth? Where are you seeking significance, and could contribution replace comparison? And what would change if you approached yourself with encouragement instead of judgment? Sometimes the secret to an easy life is not becoming superior, but becoming connected, courageous, and quietly useful in the world.